I thought there was one upstairs, brand new one. There's actually at least one more in the bucket up there. So, fun part is, gotta be a contortionist to get into it to replace that one that I gotta replace. But looks like it's just a 1/4 inch magnet stuck in the middle of it. And since we're missing a magnet for another sensor on the knotter that's a 1/4 inch diameter, one that comes off, I might just, well, it's probably electric. No, it should be. Yeah, it's just a regular magnet. The wires are for sending information, not for powering it. So, I might just cut the other one apart and steal the magnet for the other sensor, and then maybe that part will work. Anyway, not gonna do that yet. Can't see to do it out there yet. I don't really feel like backing the thing back in here and just change this. Wally's group is kind of scattered. I don't know, there's 4 or 5 down here. You can see two of them across the creek over there. One over there in the trees. And yeah, I know it's wet around here. As long as the tractor don't sink in, and I don't think it's made up much beyond there because there's kind of a low spot right there. Looks kind of dry to the left. Bam Bam's group's all scattered out across there. I don't think any of them are in. I'm surprised quite a few are back in the corner. Calf still over here by the dead cedars. This was in, and I don't know how long it was in. It's just 5:30 now. I couldn't see it when they came out an hour ago. And I didn't expect it to be all the way in at that point, so I don't think it's been up too long. But I didn't want it soaking right there. Everybody remembers the other side of that cedar tree, there's a spring. Spring had been dry for a couple of years, and the last 2 years of really hammering the water up here, it reactivated, and it was still wet without water over here. In fact, Ty said something yesterday when we were pulling this out. She says, it's still wet down there. I was surprised to see how far up the side of the hill it was wet. And last year, after watering the hell out of this, we percolated a spot over in there. And the year before, we percolated one right here. And last year, in fact, last year when we were watering, like the second time over, had to watch it pulling the gun out because almost couldn't get through one spot. But anyway, there's your look around for the morning. Dino's group's kind of scattered out now. They were all kind of behind that tree and up on the hillside. Gonna see a couple farther south. Yeah, I gotta get this done. Oh, I got a couple. I didn't notice these over here. 3 more hiding over here. And a frickin' mosquito trying to get me. He won't do that again. Like somebody was drunk when they drug this out. A little curve in it. I actually went that way. Oh, you can see tire track. And it's laying in the other tire track now. You're supposed to have, what is it? I think they say a 30-year line. Pretty well straight off. You know, maybe it's 20%, I don't know. Anyway, it's 20 or 30% of it. Then you can go play around. That's about the best way to get it where we need it. I didn't go as far because it was pulling over. I didn't want it to pull over any farther. I purposely went to the right to try to keep it over. But it'll get enough down there. And where that's at, it'll, you know, as long as the hose should stay where it's at. It'll get to that heifer that's staring at us right there. So you can see kind of how far over it'll get in that piece. It needs it. Surprising thing is, though, how much of this they've eaten off right down to nothing. And I'm surprised there's as much green as there is. It's still taller, but anyway, they're doing a good job eating it down. But if we're going to keep them out here for another couple months or longer, it needs some water. So go get it running, and I need to drag a bunch of pipe for the other one. Get it across the lane and get down into this piece. Tomorrow's move on this one, I'm going to hate to do it, but I'm probably going to have to spin it around the other way to get it over far enough. I'll get over here as far as we can. Well, actually, I probably don't have to, because right about here's as far as we can get, because I can't make a straight line. I got to go around stuff. The end of it will come out about right there at that far tree. You end up driving into the branches a little bit. And then that will get most of that little piece, but not all of it. And the little gun will run out this way and run out the other way. Yeah, anyway. Get this done before the sun gets any higher. According to Becky's app on her phone, we're only supposed to be like 86 degrees today. Well, I doubt it. And there's your sunrise. I didn't show you the irritation this morning. I had to come up and put the seal back in where this hose connects up there and lay the hose down and let it drain so I could pull it back over far enough. And these stinking heifers, they better not be an issue for me. I know they didn't lock the hose off. It happens once in a while, but they better not get to rub it on stuff. I guess I'm going to have to keep an eye on them. First things first, I'm going to run them off, though. If I had been a little quicker, they were all over here. And yeah, we're watering their bale of hay over there, but they'll get over it. But we get out there a little ways. Really what I should do is go down there and switch that to one-sided. Because when it runs over here, it'll still get all that. And if I one-sided over there, it'll double water that, and it needs it. I might do that. Might just be the ticket. Watch it and see how far it comes, so I know how far I need to let it come around this way. But I think it just about gets back to where yeah, it does. Gets right back to where it'll be on its next pass. Right now it's hitting right where it would be sitting. Just touching that tree. I will do that. Right after I tell Wally and his girlfriend's here to get away. Well, I found me a monkey to crawl in there and help hold it, because I can only get one hand in from here. We just went ahead and changed it. I'll check the other one. If it's good, we'll keep it. So, fun job, because you really can't get to it from back there. And it's not like you can get to it from here. Well, this is part of it. What do I do with the other part? This is the other part of it. It was, yeah, you get the idea. That was on the end. And there's the magnet. Yeah, not long enough to use what I was hoping. And this, oh, focus. Focus. Well, hell. It's rough. It's not smooth. Yet that end that the magnet's set against is smooth. Yeah. Rust doesn't conduct things well. That's broken. The winding was around this, and it had a plastic liner around it. Oh, it's broken off of there. So, it actually ohmed out almost what it's supposed to. Of course, it's after having it out, of course. 3.1 3.11 to 3.112, I think is what it was. And there we go. 3.1 to 3.2 is what it's supposed to. Oh, it was on the low side. And if it's on the low side and broken, it ain't gonna send the signal right. So crossing my fingers and that is it. I mean, it could even be what was part of the initial issue with the overpressure. I mean, it could have contributed to it, but in the end, that valve was bad too. So anyway, cut the pigtail off, so I got it for something else. Tossed the rest except for the magnet. Don't know what I'll use it for, but it'll go over on the end of the lathe with the rest of the little magnets. Yep, we're on the road. County mower in the background in the mirror, if you can see them. They were just nice. Pulled off the road for me. These people moved over and waved. Let's see, I could probably count on one hand how many people have actually been nice and waved all summer. A lot of them just give you a dirty look. Well, you know what? I don't have to set that tire off the edge of the pavement. If I don't, well, that means I'm on their side of the line, and they're responsible to get their ass out of the way. I don't have to move over. But I do, just because I want to get where I'm going without having to run somebody over. And don't think I haven't thought about just doing that. A few years ago on the bridge down here, we were planting and I had the drilling cultipacker on. Gal decided to ignore the wide load sign on the pickup in front of me, and by God, she was going to challenge me for the bridge, and she was right in the middle of it, and I need the whole thing. The problem was I was already started onto the bridge, well, into the guardrails. I anchored the brakes because there was no way she was going to stop in time, and broke a couple $100 worth of pieces on the front of the cultipacker, and we were shut down for 4 days waiting for parts. Haven't seen the gal since, but I also made myself a promise. Next one pulls that shit, I'm not stopping. If I go over the top of them, they had fair warning, that's their problem. And look at that, I got lucky. Yeah, there ain't no stop sign there anyway. But this would be the bridge. We can't take the combine header across this bridge. This bridge is 20 feet to the posts for the guardrail. Guardrail's what? 4 or 5 inches thick? Yeah. We take the whole thing. Anyway, okay. That's my rant for now. I got the Amazon chickie behind me. She just delivered at our place a few minutes ago. She's even got her e-flashers on for me. That's cool. That rarely happens too. Once in a while though. Well, things still ain't right. Still going over pressure, won't release. I just switched magnets to see if that made a difference, and it did not. So what I've done, I tried doing the manual pressure, and I could get it to come down a little bit, but it wouldn't come down enough to do anything. Right now, lever's off, and pressure still seems to be going up. Not quite sure how I can do that. I ended up using the float position to literally dump all the pressure away from the baler. And it just, I don't know. I really don't. It ain't right. I don't know why. I set the plunger load down to, I think, 240. I usually run it at 340. And it's running, well, there's 302 right now. And my pressures, I've had it down to 450. And I have not put any pressure back to it. All I've done is go to float to release it. Sure would be nice if I knew somebody that actually knew more about this son of a bitch than me. Because I'm getting tired of this. I got too much hay to bale. So, anyway, I'm at least finishing this. Bale over there is the only one I've got out. The two were already here. And we're not going to get another one out. And it looks like I got some screwed up twine, but I don't know why. I don't care at the moment. What I got left is I actually jumped out of that outside round because I had that bale on the back and it gets a little tippy. So I cut out right there, cut into this one. And all I got left literally is from right there to the tree. Now we're up to 1,150 pounds. And the load was 348 or something like that. Once again, I don't know how, because there is, 348, there is nothing going to it. But it's not overloaded. Got a funny Blakely. Got the funny girl.
She's still her jammies.
Yeah, made it back with the baler. Ty's got the mower in the shop. So we're going to go bring the rakes home so they're not sitting up there. She's finally old enough that she's got that smile figured out. It's been kind of nice the last few days to see a smile once in a while.
I think she's growing. That's why she's done eat a bottle today.
Yeah, this morning she had 4 ounces right off the bat. Never even stopped till it was empty.
Hour later she had 4 more ounces.
So.
And she's working on another 4 ounces.
She got a diaper full by the end of the day.
Oh my gosh. She's only pooped twice in the last 24 hours. Once yesterday morning and once this morning. So she's full of poop.
Oh, she's regular.
She's like that. She's like Grandpa. She's full of poop.
Like Oma over there. Full of shit. Piper Doug wanted to see Tansy up close. This one's pretty well dried up. Usually the leaves will be laid out like this and they're wider, more filled out. But that is it. And I'd play with it more, but it's a pretty nasty skin irritant. Used to pull them barehanded and then wonder later, you'd scratch your arm or something and wonder why the hell I had red spots. But that is it. I mean, I can probably find better ones. There's nice big ones over there, but this one's close to where I'm at. So there's a close-up of Tansy. The first year they grow, and they call it a rosette. And it'll just be like your hand laying on the ground, just leaves, and then the second year they'll grow up in the air and put on a seed head and flower. So hey, done baling up there. Figure I may as well take this thing home. So let's see, the coyotes have been keeping an eye on things for me. The coyotes been eating some good stuff. So anyhow. There you go, Doug. Never know what you're going to get. That actually happens to be big baler twine. So, obviously, we missed twine in the field last year. Maybe the year before, but probably last year. It happens. And I'm actually kind of impressed that the blades aren't that bad yet. We were going to go ahead and put new ones on now, but I don't know. But anyway, it gets wrapped like that. You don't know it. Yeah, we may just leave the blades on. That's alright. Becky just ordered a couple more. Old sword wrist here, she needs something to get a hold of that with, so I'm going to give her my Leatherman. And y'all are going to end up with one of them Canadian Link videos today, I'm sure. Get that out now. It's the only way to do it. Going to be a very unhappy camper in the morning.
Your last baba. Your very last half a bottle.
She's been cutting down the amount of milk replacer in the bottle and shortening the bottle up too. So what's that, a quarter a cup?
Yeah.
In a half a bottle? Instead of a full cup in a bottle?
Bucky. Oh, I forgot. Come here.
Yeah, she's gonna get Buffalo slugs. She thought she might want to see Tahoe with his very last bottle he's gonna get. It might be a little noisy around here in the morning and the evening.
He probably won't have any voice.
Yeah,
to be honest, he's been pretty hoarse.
It'll probably be horse for sure.
That's it.
Last one. There you go,
That's
everybody.
It,
You seen it. It's just going to be a spoiled grain and hay boy. And I should have got some video of that thing getting it cleaned up. It's cleaned up. The bottom roller bearing on this end, we replaced that a long time ago. Actually, we put a heavier bearing in.
Come here, girl crotchety.
Top roller one on this side we've never touched, but the other end we did both of them last year, I think. Anyway, I dug at least a gallon worth of crap out of around the back side of the bearing on that thing while Ty was doing the rest of it. What, not paying attention? Huh?
I'm giving old lady.
Oh, the old lady gets spoiled. Look at that.
She gets garlic in hers to see if it will help her.
Yeah. Garlic seems to be helpful. She got to sneak it into her feet and give her some good stuff. She don't eat the flies eating on her any more than the rest of them do. I mean, there's a few flies, but you know, I don't think I can see a half a dozen flies around these two calves. Calves this morning at the other end, man, they were loaded with flies.
Side belly, yes.
Does he got some? Oh well, nothing like it could be. And back in there, and we're gonna start just running wires, checking them, see what the hell. You know, for some reason it's not dumping and it needs to. And something else we got to do is get some bales in. I mean, now that, you know, we're not done, but everything up on that hill is done for the oat bales. Get them in, and but in the meantime, it's hot. I'm tired. We still beat, I think they said we were going to be 88 today, and last time I saw the temperature it was 90. And that was almost 2 hours ago. But yeah, poor Buffalo's in, or poor Tahoe's in for a hell of a surprise in the morning. All he's gonna get some loves and some grain and cry like a baby. Oh well, that's probably the end of the video. Probably plenty on here anyway. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you didn't have a Monday on Thursday, and hope you'll have a great Friday. Oh, what?
I scheduled surgery today.
Yeah, she got a phone call. She actually has.
It is the end of the video, but I forgot. I did schedule surgery. As of right now, it's September 13th. I am on the cancellation list, so it could potentially be sooner. It could be as soon as Monday. We don't know. Which,
of course, she was supposed to be on the cancellation list 4 months ago. Yeah. And then when they said 4 to 6 months out, so. Anyway, may get a little luck that way. In the meantime, she's going to be Auntie Tai and enjoy Blakely.
Yeah.
And maybe.
Well.
And maybe in the future.
Yeah.
You never know. Anyway.
I'm not allowed to lift a certain amount, so hopefully she'll just get over that weight by then. Or else I'm screwed.
Okay. Anywho, thanks for watching, everybody.